Portraits and Rhodes Rants, week 1 of the NFL season. This is like Christmas for us, believe me. And I just heard the feedback because I have YouTube up too. Always gets me. But man, I'm so excited, man. This is one of the best days of the year to me, Rhodes. What do you think?
This is the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
so
it
fired
is.
up. I'm 8-year-old little kid Christmas Day fired up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I would be singing right now, but it's early in the morning. I don't want to wreck my voice.
Oh,
And the Cowboys play at 3:25, so that's the game I'm really looking forward to. I have my barbecue. I'm ready to go after this live stream. Throw some chicken on, some sausage.
yeah, you'll be ready.
It'll be ready to go by the time kickoff starts. So, and also I need to set up my my NFL Sunday ticket on my Fire Stick. I haven't used the NFL app since last season, so
Now, DirecTV has its own version of Red Zone too, right?
yes, they do have Red Zone.
That's hosted by Anthony Siciliano, I think.
I don't know. I actually don't watch the Red Zone that much.
Mine's hosted by Scott Hansen.
Oh, okay.
It's two different feeds actually.
Gotcha.
Which is pretty cool. I like Scott Hansen a lot. He's really got this Red Zone thing down. So yeah. I'm ready. I am ready.
I am ready too, man. I have my picks. We're going to talk about our NFL picks for the week, also our playoff picks and wildcard picks, and our Super Bowl winners. Well, Super Bowl winner, I should say, not winners, but I guess the winner from each conference. So we're going to try to keep this show to about an hour. Man, I'm beat, man. I was up to like midnight. I need to get a new webcam for like recording like OBS style videos or something, because this thing is just not getting it. It's good for live streams. It looks good on live streams, but
you've used it on. It's a 1080 webcam, right?
It is, but the thing is, the Logitech Capture is glitchy, so it won't sync the audio right with the microphone. It's annoying, man. I would have to do a lot of editing in post.
See, so I use a game capture feature, but the problem is Windows stops the recording for some reason, so I've had to abandon that.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know why. It'll record 2 or 3 minutes maybe, and then boop, recording has stopped, and you're like, well, good grief, you know. I mean, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So,
well, everybody that's watching, if you wouldn't mind smashing that thumbs up button, let us know where you're watching that from in the chat. If you have any kind of comments, you know, we're going to highlight those and kind of go over those as well.
But absolutely, make sure you comment, because it tells YouTube that we are alive and well, that we are streaming, that we are out there, and it helps this move up the search ranks this morning when people look up NFL.
So. Exactly, man. So you ready to get this show on the road, man?
Let's do it.
Week 1 NFL picks. And I think the way we should do it, I have my list here. We can kind of go team by team, well, game by game, I should say. And
I can do a screen share on the schedule if you want me to. I've got it right here.
All right, good. Go ahead and do the screen share. Well, actually, I'm the host, right? So you won't be able to do it.
I bet you I can.
You can? Okay.
Well, maybe not. Oh, yep. No.
There you go. That's the screen share.
That's us.
I know, but you did it, right?
Hold on. Wait a minute. What?
Maybe this is not going to work.
Well, okay. It did not pick the right tab. Why is that?
Yeah, you have to change up the I think when it asks you to
Chrome tab.
Yeah, Chrome tab.
Yep. NFL picks. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what I did. That figures.
Come on, the people on the edge of their seats, Rhodes. They're on the edge of their seat.
Yeah. Good grief.
Yeah. Rhodes is having an old man moment.
I am. I am. I kept seeing week 1 picks, and I was like, okay, that's it. And
There we
no,
go.
I was looking for NFL.com. So
There we go, right there. There we go, right there.
yeah. So here's all the list of games, and let me see if there we are. Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
I'm ready. We're ready.
Okay,
Hey,
man.
it's week 1 for everybody.
Yes, yes, and don't expect crisp football in week 1 because a lot of players aren't playing in the preseason, and that's just the way it is. So,
A lot of bad teams get victories this week.
all right, Rhodes, since you got that pulled up and you can see it a little bit better on your screen, why don't you run this show in the pits?
Okay. The first game that we have is going to be Rams at the Carolina Panthers. So, what do you think about this, John?
I'm thinking Carolina is definitely not a better team than the Rams, but I'm going with Carolina in this game, mainly because they're just at home week 1. Everybody's fired up at home, and I think it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be probably a really close game. I'm thinking somewhere around the nature of now we know the Rams offense was really, really great, but I think this could probably be like a 24-21 game, something like that. And Carolina pulls it out.
I've got the Panthers in this game also. I look at one thing on this. The Rams are going all the way across the country with an early start time. That is almost always doom for West Coast teams.
West Coast teams. You're exactly right, man.
And you combine that with the fact that the defense in Carolina should be solid again. And for full disclosure, I'm still not sold on Jared Goff as a quarterback.
No,
I am in the minority. A lot of people pick the Panthers to win the division. I did not. Just foreshadowing, but I have confidence in the Panthers. They're a tough beat at home.
Right. Okay? Right. Exactly.
So I've got somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's go 27-24 Panthers.
Okay. Pretty close to the same score that I have. Not about the same.
Next, we've got the Redskins at Eagles.
This is going to be interesting.
Division.
I'm going to try to find my pick. So who do you got, Rhodes?
I've got the Eagles 35, Redskins 24.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I have the Eagles also winning. And just for full disclosure, I didn't really write down any scores. If I say a score, I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
Me too.
But I got feeling in this game also. First thing, I think that the Redskins are going to finish third in division anyway. They're not nearly as good as the Eagles, so I'm rolling with the Eagles in this game.
Yeah, I think right now the Redskins don't know what their identity is. They really and truly don't know who their quarterback should be.
True.
Jay Gruden is starting, I think, Case Keenum. So he's playing for his job. He's in a bad situation because he's got a rookie quarterback that needs to play in Haskins, but he needs to win 9-10 games or he's gone.
Yeah.
So that's a terrible situation right now. And I like Jay Gruden, to be honest with you, as a coach.
Yeah,
I do. Next, we've got, I think this is going to be a sneaky good game today. Bills at Jets.
Okay. Bills at Jets. All right, who do you got?
I've got the Jets 24, Bills 17. I think Sam Darnold, this is the coming out season for Sam Darnold this year.
And once again, we have the same pick. I have the Jets beating the Bills. And the Jets are probably going to end up finishing second in the division. They actually may be close to an 8-8 team, maybe. The Bills, they just stink.
Hey, I'm shocked how many people believe that one of these two teams is going to rise this year.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, people think the Bills and the Jets are interchangeable. I don't think Josh Allen is quite to that level yet. He could shock me, right?
Right.
I just think Sam Darnold is a more pure passing quarterback at this point. Josh Allen, to me, his ceiling is Cam Newton. Okay.
Yeah.
As a player, he runs a lot, has a massive Brett Favre, Cam Newton type gun of an arm. But I think the pieces are a lot better with the Jets. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, going to have a solid defense. Greg Williams will be blitzing the mess out of the Bills at home. So yeah, I've got the Jets. I do.
Yeah. Some people are high on the Jets. I mean, some of the Brady haters out there actually said that Sam Darnold's going to have better stats than Brady this year, which is
they're nuts.
Not
now though. Not now.
No,
now he won't.
no. Okay, who we got next?
Oh, very interesting game. Falcons at Vikings. Yeah.
Falcons at Vikings. All right, who you rolling with?
I'm taking the Falcons in Minnesota. So I won't give anything away far as what is in my head on that pick until we get around to the playoff stuff. But I think Matt Ryan is poised to have a big year. I'm kind of wishing I'd given him more MVP conversation in our top five.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this something like 27-24 Falcons. Real close late. A field goal probably does it. And who the heck knows what Kirk Cousins is yet? This is a massive season for Kirk Cousins, in my opinion.
Yeah. Now, this is where we differ. I actually took the Vikings in this one. I just think in week 1 in Minnesota, you know how loud it is up there?
Yeah.
It's extremely loud. I don't even know if quarterbacks can actually hear anything. So I'm just going to take them in this game, but we're going to talk about Atlanta a little bit later on when we do our division winners and stuff like that. So we'll be revisiting them. So, all right, who you got next?
Ravens at Dolphins. The potential stinker of the day.
Ravens,
what do you got, John?
Let me find them here. Oh, this one here, I'm actually taking Baltimore in this game. It's really a coin flip, really. I don't really know, especially in week 1. This is just one of those, these teams, they're probably about the same. Neither team is really that great. But I just have a feeling about Baltimore in this game. I have no idea why. So.
That's being honest. Number one, I think the Dolphins are going to stink.
Yeah,
but they're going to have about 4 games this season where Ryan Fitzpatrick looks like the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, they may actually beat the Patriots.
For the record, it won't be in this game. Harbaugh's defense is too good. I think the Ravens absolutely trashed the Dolphins, something like 35-14. It's going to get ugly.
Oh, so you I thought you took Miami in this one.
No.
Oh, you took Baltimore.
Yeah, the Ravens.
Okay. Because I took the Ravens also. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just clearing that up.
Next, we've got a potential future playoff matchup. I think this game is really big. I know it's week 1, but it could have playoff implications. Chiefs at Jaguars. Very good game, I think.
You think so? You're higher up on the Jaguars than a lot of people, I believe.
You'll find out in a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually taking Kansas City in this game.
Okay.
I just think that the Jaguars, they need to prove something to me. I just don't trust them. I know they had a really good season a couple of years ago, and then they fell flat on their faces last year.
Their defense was still stifling last year.
This is true.
They essentially, arguably, have had the best defense in the league for about the last 4 years in a row. there's a big difference this year. You've got Nick Foles versus Blake Bortles. And I think that's going to make they just needed a serviceable professional quarterback. And Blake Bortles wasn't it. They needed a guy that wasn't going to throw as many picks as he did touchdowns. And Nick Foles won't throw picks. He won't turn the ball over. He's sort of like Alex Smith in that way. Like, I think Alex Smith would be a great Jacksonville quarterback.
Yeah.
I've got the Jags in this game. And I'm going to go somewhere in the neighborhood of 42
Wow.
to 35.
Wow.
And believe it or not, that's holding the Chiefs back on offense.
You think that the Jaguars can score 42 points?
Oh, and another key is comeback player of the year. If it is not Jimmy G, it's Leonard Fournette. He's going to have a big year, bounce back year. I've got him for 3 touchdowns today. There we go.
Wow. This is a kind of a shocker. Not necessarily who you pick, but the amount of offense that you're giving the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a different show. Nick Foles, Leonard Fournette. They've got a sneaky good wide receiver down there named D.D. Westbrook. This is going to be a big year for the Jags, I think. I really do. Titans at the Baker Mayfields.
Okay, so Tennessee at Cleveland. I'm going to take the Browns in this one. I'm going to take the Browns. I think it'll be a relatively close game, probably about 28-24 Cleveland is what I'm thinking. I believe in Baker Mayfield. I mean, he's a little kind of cuckoo in the head, a little bit cuckoo in the head, but the man has talent. And Cleveland, I'm really liking what Cleveland has done the last couple of years, man. They have completely flipped the switch on and tired of all these 0-15 or 0-16, 1-15 seasons. Those days are gone. This isn't our Cleveland Browns, I guess we could say. I know they haven't won a playoff game since like 1990, I think, or something, when Bernie Kosar was their quarterback. But I think
I remember that.
This is a new day for the Cleveland Browns. And believe it or not, Cleveland actually made the playoffs in 2006. They were 10-6.
Right. That's right.
And ever since then, it's been a disaster. But who you got in this game?
I'm going to take the Browns, but I struggled with this because I don't think it's nearly as obvious as we think. Number one, I think Tennessee has had the Browns circled for about 5 months. Mike Vrabel, I think, is a hell of a football coach. And if they were playing or starting Ryan Tannehill in this game, I would probably take the Titans. Their defense is going to be solid again. The problem with the Browns now is they are on everybody's hit list.
Yeah, okay? Yes, because they're getting a lot of hype.
Oh, they're circled, and teams like, for example, Tomlin and Vrabel, probably even Belichick, they see all that hype and they get angry, and that anger flushes down into their team.
Yeah.
And but no, I'm going to take the Browns, but I'm hesitant about it. I'm saying 24-21. It's going to be a close game.
Okay.
Colts at Chargers.
Now, this one was an easy one for me. I'm taking the Chargers in this one. Now, if Andrew Luck was there, it would be closer. But I probably would have picked the Chargers in this game anyway, even if Andrew Luck was there. But I'm going to roll with the Chargers. I do believe in Phillip Rivers. I think he's underrated. And if there's one franchise that has done a quarterback a disservice, it's been the Chargers to Phillip Rivers. So I'm taking them in this game. I'm thinking I'm going to say 30, probably like 30-17.
Wow. Okay. High scoring game then, at least for the Chargers.
Yeah, for the Chargers.
Okay. I think the Colts have a really good all around team right now. There's statistics in the league that have them as the best offensive line in all of football.
Yeah.
Their defense is much improved. My issue is Jacoby Brissett is going to have to prove it to me. Okay. He just doesn't have enough time. He was thrown into a horrible situation a couple of years ago. No offensive line, acquired 1 week, playing the next week. But they have known for a while, I think Andrew wasn't coming back, and that's why Brissett had got so much first-team love. It doesn't matter in this game. I'm picking the Chargers. I've got something in the neighborhood of – I've got 27-20 Chargers. And I think Rivers is highly undervalued in the league. I do.
Yes, I do too.
Bengals and Seahawks. Oh.
Okay, so this is another easy one for me. For any team to have to go up to Seattle, the 12th man. They call it the 12th man for a reason. And Cincinnati, if there's one franchise you can have no faith in, it'll be the Bengals. I'm taking Seattle in this. I know Seattle isn't what they used to be, but they still have Russell Wilson, and they're going to win this game probably somewhere around. Wait, is Andy Dalton still the quarterback of the Bengals?
Yeah.
I mean, I completely forgot he was in the league because it seemed like he just disappeared last year.
They've got a little backup quarterback that I think is going to end up taking his job away if he ain't careful.
Yeah. Andy Dalton, he's a local boy from the Houston area, but I have no faith in him. This is going to be Seattle. I'm going to go something like 24-17.
I think this is going to be ugly for the Bengals.
I was trying to be nice.
I think the Seahawks are going to smash their ass like 27-7. It's Andy Dalton's about to have an ugly, ugly day up there in Seattle. I think that Carson kid running the ball for Seattle, they are going to get after Dalton's tail all day long on defense. There's no shot. The Bengals, I think, could be arguably – they're going to be fighting the Dolphins, I think, for the worst team in the league. That's my opinion.
Yeah, the Bengals, they need a culture change just the way Cleveland needed one.
Well, they've tried to convince themselves all these years that Andy Dalton was this franchise quarterback. And I think a lot of teams might have moved off of him even 2, 3, 4 years ago. But for the Bengals, if you can get to 8-8 or 9-7, that's like a huge win in the franchise, right?
Yeah.
After so many terrible years, like we remember in the 90s and the early 2000s, they were a 3 or 4 win team. And he got them to the playoffs a couple of times, even if he got his head kicked in during the game.
I remember there used to be a real debate. You remember those great Miami Hurricane teams in the early 2000s? There was a real debate on if those teams could actually beat the Bengals. Now, of course, we all know the Bengals would have smashed them to death because no college team can beat an NFL team. But that's just how bad the Bengals were.
Hey, and what about those Bengal teams against the late 80s Miami Hurricane teams that were all NFL players and good ones?
So that's a different question, man.
That'd be interesting. I guarantee you. Vinny Testaverde at quarterback, Michael Irvin. That would be interesting.
Those teams were loaded.
Boy, yeah. Smoking loaded.
Yeah.
49ers at Buccaneers.
I'm going to go with the 49ers in this game. I know that's your team. I'm pretty sure you're picking the 49ers also over the Bucs. So this is your team. So what do you have to say?
Man, I struggled with this. I really did. Because
try not to be a homer, huh?
Well, I'm trying to be objective. I've got to be honest with you. I'm taking the Buccaneers in this game.
Wow. That shocked me right there.
Yeah. And now, do I feel like the Niners are capable of beating them? Yeah, I do. But it's the travel once again, all the way across the country. Okay. It's not an early start time, but still, if they were playing this game in San Francisco, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd take the Niners.
Yeah.
But because it's in Tampa Bay, I think Jameis Winston and Bruce Arians together, Jameis is about to have a big year. And I've got this game Buccaneers 35, Niners 30.
Okay. 35 to what?
35-30.
35-30. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I wish this was in San Francisco because this would be a win, I think, for the Niners.
Yeah.
Giants at the boys. John Matrix.
Do you already need me? Do you guys actually need me to make a pick on this game? The Giants stink. Did you see the thumbnail? Did you see the thumbnail on this live stream? I got the Cowboys. There's nothing to say about this. There's absolutely nothing to say about this. The Giants stink. They absolutely stink. They have a punch-drunk quarterback. If they're smart, they'll let the what's the new quarterback, the backup they drafted? Can't remember his name.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
I wish
Daniel
he
Jones
was playing in this game. I really do.
He's going to be taken over by week 5, I think, if you ask me. I got the Cowboys in this game. I'm going to go 27-17 Cowboys, week 1. Did you really expect me to pick the Giants? And I'm not even being a homer. The Cowboys is just better than the Giants.
I can't tell you how hard this is for me because I can't stand the Cowboys.
But you're also a realist, right?
But I said, and I just proved with my previous pick, I'm going to be objective. I am. So I've got the Cowboys 24, Giants 14.
Okay, so we both got 10-point victories, pretty much the same scores.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you this. I think if Daniel Jones was playing, this game would be closer.
Well, yeah.
I do.
Eli Manning can't throw the football anymore, man. He's done.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, he's probably should have been done about 3 years ago. On any other team, do you think he would still be the starting quarterback?
No. Well, yes, there's one team in the league I think that would have taken Eli, and that's Jacksonville because of Tom Coughlin.
Yeah, I guess so. But
because of that defense and all that, I think he feels like that team is similar to the Super Bowl winning teams, and I think he might have taken a look at Eli. And maybe Denver might have looked at Eli. But I think Eli should call it a day. I do.
Yeah. I mean, he's been, man, he's gotten hit so much, and he looks like he's scared to get up.
That's right. That's right. That thumbnail is priceless you put on this live stream.
Yeah.
Lions at Cardinals.
Okay, Lions at Cardinals. I'm going to take Detroit in this game. These are two teams I really don't have much faith in. This is just another, I'm feeling good today about this team over the other one. So I'll just take the Lions, but I don't have faith in any one of these teams. What do you got to say? Move on.
I don't either, but I've got more faith in Detroit. I think Detroit's odd. I picked them last in the division, but I feel like there is some sort of weird potential there. People forget they blew the brakes off of New England last year in a game.
I forgot about that.
And it was dominating. And if there's any part of that Detroit team that Matt Patricia, if they ever click, Detroit could end up being pretty good. I've got no faith in the Cardinals. I've got no faith in Kyler Murray. I think that was a terrible pick. People act like he's Baker Mayfield. He is not. I think the Cardinals
he's too small, man.
I think it's an awful experiment in Arizona right now. I could be wrong. I've got Detroit in this game. Let's go 27-10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The air raid is about to go back to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
The game of the week. Steelers at Patriots.
Easy pick for me. I'm going to take New England. New England pretty much has the Steelers number. I know that the Steelers finally got a victory over them last year. It seemed like forever since they beat the Patriots. But this game is in New England. Now I can actually see the Patriots actually losing this game too, because the Patriots at the beginning of the year, every single season, they start off slow. But there's no way in the world I'm going to take the Steelers in New England. Like I said, the Patriots always have their number for some reason.
Almost every year, the Patriots start out 2-2. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it's because Bill Belichick handles his game planning and his team in 4-game increments. And supposedly, the first 4 games of the year for him are experimental. He wants to see what's going to work and what's not. Also, oddly enough, I think Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown leaving is going to somehow
addition by subtraction, huh?
You took the words right. That's the exact words I was going to use. I've got the Steelers 35-27.
Whoa. You have the Steelers. Okay.
I'm taking the Steelers. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I did a score,
I'll give you some perspective. When we get to playoff picks, I feel like if this was later in the year, and I don't like this game being the first week either, by the way.
Me neither. We both said it should be like around week 8.
Yeah, because I think it'll be a true showing of what the Patriots will become by then. If it wasn't week 1, I'd pick the Patriots. If it was like week 5 even, I'd pick the Patriots. Steelers today.
I'm going to take, I think it's going to be close because it's week 1. I'm going to take the Patriots 24-21.
It's understandable. I mean, it's going to be hard to win there, but I just think the Steelers are fired up right now, and I think Mike Tomlin is out to prove something.
Yeah.
Texans at Saints, a sneaky good game, I think.
Yes, because these actually may be 2 division winners. Maybe. We'll talk about that. I'm going to take New Orleans in this game. That Thunderdome, as Skip Bayless likes to say, that's a tough place to play. So I'm going to take the Saints in this game. Honestly, this could be a game that gets ugly. It could. But I think the Texans are going to be really good this season. But to go down to New Orleans in week 1, that's almost an impossible task, man. Because even when the Saints are bad, they're still a tough out in that building. So I'm going to take the Saints in this game. I'm going to go 30-24.
Okay. I've got the Saints as well. I just don't think you beat the Saints in New Orleans. I don't buy it. And the Niners have to go there, I think, in like week 10 or 12. And I think their playoff lives will hinge on that game. I've had it circled ever since I've seen the schedule come out. And if it was in San Francisco, I'd feel a lot better about it. Being in New Orleans, that's concerning. I've got the Saints. Let's do 27-17.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel. I can tell you this: all the pundits, they are higher on Deshaun Watson right now than I am. I haven't seen quite enough. I think he's good, but I don't know how good. I mean, like Chris Sims has got him like the sixth best quarterback in all of football.
What?
When he did his big annual quarterback countdown, he had him fifth or sixth in the league, really high.
That's too high, man.
He's a huge Watson guy. I've got him somewhere like around 15 to 18, but maybe somebody is seeing something I'm not. I'm worried about him sort of long term. And the next game, which
nobody's going to stay up to watch. This is a dumb move by the NFL, man. This is a 10:20 Eastern time PM game.
I'll watch the first quarter and then go to bed.
I'm not watching this game, man.
Probably.
And chances are, and then at that, check this out. That Houston and New Orleans game may not even be over by the time the next game starts.
They never are. They have to start the other game on ESPN2 usually, and then switch it over when the first game's over.
Yeah,
it's odd scheduling.
Yeah. This is a terrible. You don't need 2 Monday night games. I mean, if you're going to have 2 games, start the Texans game 2 hours earlier. But I'm taking Denver in this game. I'm not even watching it because it's just too late and I have to work the next morning.
I know the NFL and college football have always had this good relationship, but this is one where I would tell college football, you can kiss my ass during the first week of the season. We're putting a primetime Saturday night game on week 1. And for example, this Broncos Raiders game would be at 7 p.m. on a Saturday night, week 1, instead of 2 games on Monday night.
Okay.
I'd say y'all have to deal with it for 1 week. And I think their ratings, they would do that and they'd be like, whoa. So I think a bad game like this could arguably outdraw the best college game. Even though college ratings are big, I just think the NFL is a different animal.
Yeah.
Okay, man. So
that's all our week 1 picks.
I'm going to stop our screen share.
Okay.
Bam. All right.
And can you switch us back to the other format?
How do
It's the second one from the left. Oh, wait, hold on.
That's you.
Yeah, I got it now. There we go. All right. So that was our week 1 picks. Now, very quickly, we're going to pick our division winners and our wild card teams, because in NFL, all division winners, they make the playoffs. So first, let's start with the easy one first. Let's start with the AFC East. I have the New England Patriots in this division. Not really picking. I'm not going to pick any records because I haven't even thought about records. I'm just thinking who's going to win the division. Yeah. I got the Patriots. Who you got?
The Patriots. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. There's nothing else to say about that.
That's true.
The AFC North. Now, this is going to be interesting. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns in this division. I'm taking the Browns, man. I think it'll be like a 1-game difference between the Browns and the Steelers.
I've got confidence in the Browns, and we'll find out in a second, but I've got the Steelers. I think the Steelers have a big year. 12-4-ish, 13-3-ish.
Okay.
Big year.
And for point of reference, guys, chances are we're going to be probably wrong about our division winners, because isn't it usually about 60% of the division winners change from season to season? It's something extreme usually.
You usually have 2 teams in each conference that get flipped. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I made a couple of changes, but I still could be wrong.
Let me see. I don't know that I have 4, but Oh, I'm high. I'm much higher on one team and one division than you are, actually.
Okay. Let's move to the AFC South. I think I know your pick, and we're gonna differ on this again. I'm gonna take the Houston Texans in this division. I just believe that with Andrew Luck out, I think they're almost a lock to win this division now. Who do you got?
I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I know that was your surprise right there.
Well, it's not my playoff surprise. I'll just tell you right now, I've seen the Texans falling off this year a little bit.
You do. Okay.
Yeah, I've got them around 7-9 maybe. But I've got Jacksonville winning the division and winning it. I'm not sure it's nearly as close as people think. I got them maybe 11-5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a good football team this year. I really do.
Okay. Let's go with the AFC West now. This one, man, I don't think it's as easy as people think. It's something about season to season changes. I'm picking the Chiefs, but I don't feel super confident about this pick.
Who's your second team there?
We'll get to that when we get to the wild cards.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs are gonna be as good as last year. I know a lot of the media, they're all on the bandwagon of the Chiefs. You know, they're picking Patrick Mahomes to win MVP again. They're picking the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl and win. Chances are that's not gonna happen, man. I mean, nobody's that much of a lock, you know. So who do you got?
In the division, I got the Chiefs. Yeah. I agree with you on. I don't think it's as like I think they win, but I think that division is going to be better.
Yes,
I think the Raiders are actually going to be better than people even think. I do. I actually think losing Antonio Brown is going to piss off that football team, the whole football team.
Okay.
And they're going to rally around John Gruden, I believe. I really do. Now, when I say that, I'm talking they potentially could win 7 games instead of 4 games. Okay. But that means you're higher up than everybody kind of thought you would be. You know, They're not the Dolphins at all. Derek Carr's too good for that.
Okay. Good. Okay. Here's the wild cards for the AFC. I'm going to take the Steelers as a wild card, and I'm going to take the Chargers as a wild card. Now, as far as the West goes, the Chiefs and the Chargers probably could have the same record. Probably. But maybe they can each have a tiebreaker. Now, I'm saying maybe each one of them could be like 10-6, 11-5, something like that. Because I think the Chiefs are going to take a small step back. I just don't think they're going to be as good as last year.
Okay. I am not nearly as high on the Chargers as you are. I don't have the Chargers in the playoffs. I think they're one of the teams that gets flipped out of the playoffs.
Let me take a guess. You got the Raiders.
No.
Okay.
No. I am extremely high on one division in the AFC, and it's the North. I've got the Cleveland Browns getting in as a wild card, and I've got the Ravens getting in as a wild card.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Harbaugh always has that team ready to play. That defense is going to be good. They got Earl Thomas this year. They've got Mark Ingram in the backfield now. People forget about that signing. I am a big Greg Roman guy. That is the offensive coordinator the Niners had in the Harbaugh years. He is about to run the ball. That is going to be – I can't wait to watch them play. They're going to run the ball 40 times. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to see that. I've got them – now, when I say – I'm high on them. I think they go 9-7. and they win some tiebreakers with a couple of teams that are going to
Okay.
be 9-7.
Okay.
For example, I think the Jets could go 9-7. I really do.
Yeah, they probably could, but they'll
Yeah.
still be like 3 games behind New England.
I think they'll lose to Baltimore, and that's why I've got Baltimore in instead of the Jets. So
Okay. All right, let's move on to the NFC. In the NFC, I have the Dallas Cowboys. Rhodes already knew I was going to pick them. And Rhodes, we already know who you're picking, so go ahead and say it.
the Eagles.
And don't be such a hater on the Cowboys. I say the Cowboys, and you just roll your eyes. You say the Eagles. I'm like, okay, I respect the pick. I don't think it's like some big extreme gap.
I think there is a major talent gap
Oh,
between the Cowboys and the
Well,
Eagles.
I'm talking about record, man. Talent only gets you so far. I'm talking about record.
I've got the Eagles at about 14-2.
Wow.
Big team this year. Big.
So number 1 seed, it's got to be number 1 seed. 14.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think they run. Well, now that Andrew Luck's gone, Carson Wentz is my MVP pick. So.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to. Well, yesterday on the live stream, you said Tom Brady may be your number 1 now.
You're right. You're right. I forgot about that. Tom Brady, and I was going to get to that after the playoff thing. But, yeah, Tom Brady is number 1. Yeah. But Carson Wentz is going to be on his butt, I can tell you.
I got Tom Brady as number 1, too, because he was my number 2 anyway. So I bumped him up 1. Now it's bumped him up number 1 significantly now with what they have since we actually recorded that previous live stream about it. Right. Let's move on to the NFC North. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears. I know they just lost to the Packers, but I still think the Bears can actually get it together. That defense is sick. I mean, they sat Aaron Rodgers like 5 or 6 times in that game, man. I mean, they are lethal. If they can just get the offense in gear, and I know that Trubisky, he didn't play in the preseason, and he didn't blame the preseason on that. I think he's going to get his legs underneath him, and they're going to be better on offense. So, because I look at that game, I know Aaron Rodgers said, we have a defense. No, you played the Bears offense. I think that's the main problem right there. Who do you got?
The Packers. And I think you're wrong. I think their defense is going to be much improved.
Yeah.
Because they've put a ton of draft capital into the defense.
Yeah. You may be in the minority because I know that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, they're not ready to say the Packers have a defense yet.
Well, when I say defense, I'm talking, let's say, top 15 in the league, top 12.
That's like half the league, man.
Yeah, but they've been near the bottom.
Yeah, true.
In defense. So that's a huge jump. Okay. I have no faith in the Bears now. I just don't.
Okay.
I'm not a Trubisky guy at this point. And it's weird because I liked him a lot more this time last year than I do now.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. But yeah, I've got the Packers in that division. Would not shock me if the Vikings showed up, though. We can't forget about them. If Kirk Cousins has a weird, great year, the Vikings could throw a monkey wrench into everybody's plans.
Oh, yeah. How about the NFC South now? This is going to be my pick for the South. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons, man. I'm going to take the Falcons. Like we said, man, from year to year, things change, man. As much as people are all on the Saints. The Saints
and the Panthers. I'm shocked. It's like nobody is talking Falcons right now.
Yeah.
Nobody.
That's a division that really changes from season to season, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, people look at the Saints. Yeah, they look great in that Thunderdome. But when they get out on the road, man, they're a different team. There's a difference. Drew Brees is not the same quarterback in New Orleans and when he's on the road. So I got the Falcons in this division. What do you got?
I do too.
Oh, you do?
The Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be kind of an unpopular pick. But
when I made my video, I picked the Falcons. Yeah. I think it's close. I do. Yeah. I mean, it could be one game, but I've got the Falcons. Yeah.
Okay. Now the NFC West, this is another one that I think could flip, but I went with the Rams just by a little bit.
Wow.
Just by a little bit, man. It's something about Super Bowl losers and what they do the next year. They usually fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
They usually fall off a cliff. So I'm not feeling too confident about this pick. But I went with the Rams.
Okay. I went with Seattle.
I thought about them.
And I looked at it this way. Super Bowl winning coach, Super Bowl winning quarterback. Okay. That is a hard combination to beat. All right. And I think Russell's going to have a big year. I am worried about their receiving core, as in not having any. I found out yesterday after Antonio Brown signed with the Patriots that evidently the Seahawks were involved on Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we now know why there was sort of so much guaranteed money that went out, because there were multiple teams involved in that Antonio Brown thing, and the Seahawks were one of them. I tell you, the Rams, I think, got exposed by Belichick during the Super Bowl. I think there's a blueprint now, and I think Jared Goff takes a step back.
Okay.
And Todd Gurley, we don't know what's going on with his health, really and truly. So I've got the Rams really falling off this year, like a 7-win team, maybe.
Okay. Now, wild cards for the NFC. I'm going to take the Seahawks, and I'm going to take the Eagles. No New Orleans Saints. They don't make the playoffs.
Okay. That's I think that's sound. You've definitely got, I think, the Eagles. Look, I understand why. I mean, you've got the Eagles more undervalued than I do. How many wins do you have the Eagles for?
I think the Cowboys are probably going to win the division at like 12-4, but I got the Eagles right there, like 11-5.
Okay, cool. All right.
They're really good,
All right.
man.
All right. I've got the Saints in, and I've got the 49ers in. Cowboys don't make it.
Okay, what do you have the Cowboys at?
9-7.
Okay.
I think the Niners win 10 games. But today is an important game for the Niners right off the bat. And I was going to talk about this when we got to the playoff picks. I picked the Bucks, but I think the Niners need to win this game for their playoff hopes. I do.
Okay.
If the Niners don't make it, I would slide the Cowboys up.
Okay.
By the way. Yeah.
All right. Now, our Super Bowl pits. Who is going to play in the Super Bowl in February?
Dun, dun, dun.
So out of the NFC, I'm going to take my Dallas Cowboys to make the Super Bowl. It's finally going to happen. I have faith in them. You're such a Cowboys hater, man.
I cannot, but I was hoping. I was like, John Matrix is going to be objective on this thing.
I am being objective,
he is.
man.
I was like,
objective.
he cannot surely believe.
It's about time, man. It's about time. Now, out of the AFC, I'm going to take the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots to make it out of the AFC. So the Super Bowl will be the New England Patriots versus the Dallas Cowboys.
This is very interesting. Keep going.
And in the Super Bowl, I'm going to pick the No, I'm not. I'm going to pick the New England Patriots to repeat.
Good job. Okay.
Man.
You at least reeled it back in.
Much as I love the Dallas Cowboys.
I was like, man, don't you do that. Your first year on the channel, homer out like that.
As much as I love the Dallas Cowboys, man. look at New England. They have the greatest football player of all time, and they have just loaded him with weapons. I just don't see how you stop that. I don't see any team stopping that.
You want to know why I'm lower on the Cowboys?
Why?
Their coach.
That's the weak link.
I have never been sold on that cat.
I
think you could take a guy like Jim Harbaugh and drop him in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
They would be a beast.
Yeah, this is what the Cowboys got.
Coach Clapp. I don't care what's happening on the field. It can be a touchdown. It can be an interception. It can be a fumble. It can be a cheerleader throwing a pom-pom. That motor scooter is just standing on the sidelines clapping.
Yep.
Coach God, he drives me nuts.
Yeah. But who do you got?
Marvin Lewis 2.0. That's Jason Garrett.
Well, he has won a couple of playoff games.
God. Mediocre. I actually broke this down a hair more. NFC Championship game, I've got the Saints versus the Eagles.
Okay.
And the AFC Championship game, I've got the Patriots versus the Chiefs.
Oh, repeat. In New England or at the Chiefs?
It would be in New England.
Okay.
And the Super Bowl, I've got the Eagles and Patriots.
Ah, repeat from 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. And I've got the Patriots winning it.
Okay. So we both have New England repeating as Super Bowl champions. Man, Tom Brady, 7 rings, man. That's just insane, man. That is just insane. So we got a lot of our week 1 picks pretty much the same. We have the same result in the Super Bowl, but not necessarily the same teams making the Super Bowl.
Right. If you had your pick, who would you like to see coach the Cowboys?
I haven't thought about this. I really haven't thought about this. I really couldn't tell you, man. I mean, Jason Garrett has been there forever, and he's a Jerry Jones guy, man. Jerry Jones loves Jason Garrett. I mean, when Jason Garrett got hired to be Wade Phillips' assistant coach, it was like he was the head coach in grooming. And like the plan was already out that Wade Phillips was going to get knocked out the door when he became the head coach, and Jason Garrett would take over. But I think, I don't know who. Do you go to the college ranks and get a college coach to come in?
I tell you who I think it's going to be.
Who?
It's going to be Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean,
Jerry likes pulling Barry Switzer.
That's what I was thinking right there.
He's got the innovative offense. He's had how many NFL quarterbacks now? The other college guy he might take a look at would be Dabo.
Yeah. Now, does Dabo actually
want to? And I could really hate
that. Dabo has it so good at Clemson, man.
I hate him.
He has so good at Clemson. I mean, that's almost like Nick Saban, but Nick Saban, he went to the NFL and it wasn't good. The results wasn't good at all.
For the record, I actually don't super hate the Cowboys. For example,
yeah, you do.
For example, I actually rooted for the Cowboys when Parcells was coaching and Romo was playing. I liked that team a lot. I did. I'm a Parcells guy too.
Yeah.
For example, if Sean Payton ever goes there, there'd be a lot of Cowboy games I would pull for the Cowboys because I like Sean Payton.
Now that's another thing right there. I don't know what Sean Payton's contract is with New Orleans. Do you know?
I think he's got 2 more years left, he's got this season and next season left.
Okay. This is what I think would happen. Jason Garrett No, is Jason Garrett. He's in the last year of his contract, right?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think he's gone.
Because I would like to see Sean Payton coach the Cowboys. Because Sean Payton also lives in Dallas too.
Yeah.
And he, he has a connection. He was on was it Wade Phillips' staff there? He loves the Dallas area. He loves the Cowboys.
Peyton, he was on Parcells' staff.
Parcells' staff. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but if the contract, Jason Garrett is in his last year, New Orleans, if he has another year in New Orleans, do you think that Jerry Jones would actually give the Saints draft picks to get Sean Payton?
Possibly. I would
too.
I think the league, and maybe we can touch on this in a video or even a live stream, I think the league greatly overvalues draft picks. I do. It drives me.
Well, I think they overvalue first round picks. I think the meat and potatoes of the draft is like rounds 3 and 4. Because you get a lot of players that are like all pro bowlers. They still get it. They still get in those rounds.
Half the league is undrafted. It drives me nuts.
Unless you're getting like a no-brainer, John Elway first round, Emmitt Smith first round. Those guys. Once you get out of those guys, running backs, I always said I would never draft a running back in the first round. I'm going to wait till like round 3 to get a running back.
Well, I agree with that to a point, unless you can draft a Zeke or a Saquon. And then I say pull the trigger. But it's got to be somebody you think that could be a historic talent.
Yeah, you need all-timers.
All time. I'm talking all-timers. Offensive machines out there. Because look, Le'Veon Bell and Alvin Kamara came way later in the draft.
Yeah.
God, it just drives, like, you'll see a story come across and they'll be like, yeah, they wanted a 3rd round pick and they said no for a Pro Bowl linebacker. And I'm like, are y'all nuts? It drives me crazy. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I really don't. People are all over Bill O'Brien over that trade he just made. And I'm like, I understand he gave up 2 first round picks, but he got a top 10 left tackle out of it. And a solid number 3 wide receiver out of it. These are guys that have already proven they can play in the league.
Yep.
Who gives a damn? He's trying to win right now. Drives me nuts.
Yep. Well, all right, guys. That's pretty much the show for today. We went through our week 1 picks, division winners, wild cards, and Super Bowl champions. I can't wait, man. I'm so hyped. 2 hours to kick off right now. It's time for me to get in the backyard, handle my business. Everybody's going to be getting barbecue in Texas for football Sunday. Nothing beats it, Rhodes. Nothing beats it.
I may run into town, grab me some hot wings.
Yeah, that's another good option too.
Yeah.
But guys, be safe. Enjoy the football games, and we'll see you next week for week 2 pits.
Peace. We're out.